you little sausages. It's a community update stream with Minto and PAINGOD.
Why are they little sausages?
I don't know. It's from the crazy mind of Minto. We were just there before we got on the call together. Myself and Tankzars were joking about. Everyone in the stream was like, "What did you just call us?" It's the term of endearment from me to you guys. So hopefully it makes you laugh as much as it makes me.
Wouldn't it be bangers where you come from?
Bangers, yeah. Lucky little bangers. It just doesn't sound as good though. But yeah, there is some interesting history behind why they were called bangers colloquially. And it goes back to the Second World War, I believe, maybe the First World War. They used to inject some extra water into the sausages, so when you cook them, they would bang. So that's the story. You didn't know that you were going to learn that today, coming to World Tanks Console Modern Armor stream, but now we know what bangers are.
They wanted their sausages to explode over the fire?
I don't think they were thinking of that, but I think that they were just trying to just make the meat go a little further, so just a little bit extra liquid inside them. Oh dear. Oh, talking of bangers, what have we got this week to talk about?
Let's see. Sunday night there was a big storm and a tornado.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was, and that took out power to a good section of Chicago, including our office. And then when the power came back on, I don't know if it was a power surge or what, it destroyed our network. So we were all dead in the water until, man, late Wednesday morning to early afternoon. So we couldn't play our builds, we couldn't check in fixes, we couldn't verify fixes, it was a really frustrating 2.25 days, especially with the release coming next week and us going into CERT Wednesday night. We finally got back up and now we're playing catch up. We're trying to get as much done and fixed and polished before the release on Tuesday, and it is what it is. I think we'll be I think we'll be having lots of discussion about backup systems.
Yeah, I mean, if Mother Nature says no update today, there's kind of limited in what we can do. But yeah, I guess I was off as well. I had the flu for a few days, so I was out of action as well. So still feeling a little bit rough, but making a bit of a comeback, feeling a lot better today. So thank you everyone for your kind messages that you sent to me over the few days that I was off. I missed you guys just as much, believe me. I was just sat at home sulking. I couldn't do anything. So I missed work.
And we were all sitting in front of our computers at home, not being able to do anything.
Yeah. So I might as well have been at work. Would have got the same result. All right.
I got to watch some lovely HR instructional videos though.
The HR instructional videos. It sounds like an interesting couple of days. I'm sad I missed it.
Maybe wherever those videos are stored is where we should store our source code.
There you go.
Because I could watch the videos just fine.
Seen a few questions in the chat. We didn't have a PAINGOD picture last week, but we've got an interesting looking tank right there behind you that people are trying to guess.
Oh, what? Did I leave that there? Oops. So obviously, everybody on the stream knows that network outage delayed our release plans for this week. The Action Hero bundles. So they didn't go live until I think in the afternoon, like 1:30 our time on Wednesday. I'm sad to let you all know that Rambo is pulling ahead of Snake. I was really rooting for Snake. Yeah, come on, you guys, you got to help Snake out. You got to help out Snake. And then we got a couple more updates to the premium tech tree and the tanks for free XP up on Thursday morning. Because those required a restart. I apologize. The CPU fix for the fans overheating that was supposed to go out Tuesday didn't make it because of that whole fiasco. There was no way to test it and verify it and get in the build in time. So that will be coming this Tuesday. I promise that will be in this Tuesday's release, barring acts of God and nature and Mother Nature.
Fingers crossed.
And then I promised you results on the +1 -1 matchmaking events. So I compared the June 11th through 14th when we had the event to last weekend. And there was roughly, I was trying to make you guys a chart, but I'm really bad at charts. But there was roughly a 50% increase in imbalanced and failed, denied battles during that time, compared to a normal weekend. Obviously, we'll have analysts doing a little bit better job looking at and how bad the imbalance were. I just have codes of like good, bad, fail, right? But poor and fail went up 50%. So it's still not the healthiest thing for us to be running that event for the good of all.
So in terms of what that means for players who are maybe looking for +1 -1, it's not, we're not quite there yet. We're not quite able to do it as either a full-time thing over the weekend or something like that. We're just not able to do that right away.
I think we can continue to do weekends. I think that would be too much of a strain. I think that you'd see that 50% go up to, 75% or 100% during the week. When there's smaller number of people in the matchmaking pools.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got a correction. The Rambo Commander by himself is selling better than the Snake, but the Snake bundle with the object 268 is selling better than the Rambo bundle with the concept.
Hey.
So maybe they're still neck and neck. We'll have to go back and figure those numbers. We'll report next week who won the battle of the action heroes.
All right. So what have we got coming up next week then?
Well, next week is the big new season launch with G.I. Joe. We showed you some imagery last week, but I think we have some videos for you. I have a little bit of details on the season pass for you. I think those went up, but the Cobra bow skin for the T-54 prototype and the Cobra Commander 2D Commander is in the free pass for everybody to enjoy. And then in the season pass, that adds on top of that the 3D G.I. Joe Duke Commander and the Mobat. And then the Ultimate Season Pass adds on top of all that the 3D Cobra Commander and the Hiss. I know I'm getting the Hiss right away. Always wanted to be able to drive the Hiss, even though I'm Team Joe. It was just such a unique, cool looking tank, and I really like our take on it.
Yeah, we got a couple of videos. Don't know if you want to play them now. Before we went live, I grabbed a couple of videos off one of our builds. I got a couple of videos in the Mobat, a couple of videos with me playing the Hiss, and a couple of videos again with missiles, just because I thought you guys would want to learn a little bit more about missiles. So I took a crack at them for the first time. All right, enjoy your Mobat.
And all of the G.I. Joe and Cobra action heroes have custom voiceovers in game, so you get to hear Cobra Commander.
Yeah, I heard all of the voiceovers. They're really good quality. I like we've said, I didn't really grow up with G.I. Joe as such, but in this Mobat video here, I'm playing on Westfield, and I managed to get up onto a hill here, just kind of like use the reverse slope there just to shoot down. The tank's got a pretty good level of gun depression. I managed to isolate one of the Cobra Hisses on the corner actually over there. And so it was quite satisfying. I was able to sink a few shots into that Hiss over there. The Mobat is familiar. is what I would say to you guys. I know it's an ahistorical tank. Obviously, it's based on GI Joe, but it's quite a familiar feeling tank. It kind of looks and feels like a main battle tank of this era, and it was definitely my favorite out of the three which I played today, being the Hiss and the Mobat, and I played the T-72. I think it was AV with the missiles as well. As you can see here, I was just chipping away at the Hisses on the horizon that were trying to scout. It was a lot of fun. Gun felt like it kicked. You should see here with the Hiss as well. I played the Hiss on Overlord, which it won't be available to Cold War, I believe. I believe this is just for World War II. However,
the map's too small for Cold War those vacancies.
I know we had the map stream on Monday, but we weren't able to get the best quality look at some of the maps because I wasn't able to host it. So we had to do some magic. So I wanted to get on Overlord so you guys could get a good look at the graphical updates which have happened on Overlord. And I'll just walk you through this again like I did with the Mobat. We ended up losing this match with the Hiss. I was just trying to use its speed just to kind of get around this guy's gun. He's not got the best gun depression here, so I was trying to get behind him. It's a very quick firing gun. You won't expect a lot of damage from it, but because it fires so quickly, it will accumulate that damage over time. So as you see now, I've got like nearly 2,000 damage there. Should say as well, in all of these videos, I have a fully equipped commander, and I have vents, I have advanced reload, and I have I think the other one is the advanced powertrain, just to make it go a little bit faster. As you can see here, I ran into a bunch of enemies, and it's 7-1 right now. It's not going to go well, but at least we managed to take out a couple of enemies before we ended up getting taken down. So yeah, Mobat, really familiar is how I'd sum that up for you guys. Hiss, it's quite interesting because it's quite quick firing. Kind of reminds me of like some of those quicker firing cannons from in the World War II era. But yeah, Hiss was fun to shoot at.
Yeah, if you're a big heavy tank, you want to hit that thing as soon as you can, because otherwise it gets behind you and it's pretty annoying.
Yeah. So you preferred the Hiss out of these? All right. So yeah, we've got another video on the ATGMs. We might as well fire those off now as well and let everybody see them as well. Just another couple of videos from a different angle that we did last week with some of the missiles. This time I'm playing them, so excuse any misses. Yeah, this one was on El Alamein, another World War II map. But as you see here, I just managed to catch the side of that guy and just managed to absolutely delete him with one of those missile shots. And switched over to the flechette round after this, just to get some shots into the side of this T-62M1. But then later in the video, I believe I switched back to the ATGM because they had a flank on this guy. I thought it'd be good just to get around him and deal that high damage into this guy's side here. I think I need to adjust my sensitivity on my controller because that moved super quick when I fired that missile, but I am pretty close as well, so that's kind of what went on with that one.
Yeah, I want an individual dampening on the stick for ATGMs.
Yeah, it just seems to. You can see it moving slowly, but it's not to you, so it can be quite hard to control. Yeah. Get used to. All right. I think that's all the videos we've got today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those little footages I managed to grab for you guys to have a watch today.
So obviously missiles too on Tuesday. Excited about those and what players are going to do with them. We had a fun bug come across my plate today talking about missiles and erratic behavior, and there was a video and we were looking at the video and discussing it, and it's like, did that missile turn 180 degrees and start coming back towards the camera? And we're like looking it over again, frame by frame and everything like that, and was sure enough, the laser had come down and pointed to a rock right in front of the, the player's the tank that fired the missile. So the missile went, oh hey, you want me back over there, and turned 180 degrees and came back. So it wasn't actually a bug; it was the missile doing what it was told.
That's hilarious.
So I was like, then it started getting me to think about maybe you can aim at, like a hill over here to do a bank shot or something like that to get, even more performance out of the missile than you can really do with the thumb and the thumbstick. I like to play pool too, right? So I was going, what else could I do with that? They move kind of fast to like be able to play around with that, but I know players will throw themselves at it and try to figure out whatever crazy things they can get missiles to do, and make videos and share them. And I really look forward to seeing them.
Oh, they're very sneaky, our players.
Someone was asking, is the GI Joe content for Cold War only? No, we have the T-54 prototype with the Cobra boa skin and the TS-5 tank with the breakthrough skin, and then all the 2D and 3D GI Joe and Cobra commanders are available to use in both Cold War and World War II.
Alrighty. Cool. I'll keep an eye on the questions. I've seen so many so far, but I really want to get through some of these things because I know some questions are being asked about them. We've got on the list of things to talk about today the efficiency / performance tab in the post battle results screen. Have we got an update on that?
Yeah, it's in. There's a screenshot. You got Tank Store. You got that screenshot to show?
Cool.
Okay. So
this
is our first run at it. Getting that data in it. We've already got some great feedback from Super Test and the community contributors on other things they'd like to see in there. You'll see at the bottom right-hand side, as I promised you, marks of excellent progress right there.
Cool.
So not only is it your tank details in the garage now, but in the PBRS every time you finish a battle in the performance tab or efficiency tab. I don't know why we have multiple names for the same thing. Makes me a bit crazy.
Brilliant. No, I'm glad that we've been able to get this. And I do remember from the last few weeks that we were speaking about this, that we were just going to get this into the game ASAP, and then add some extra things to it. Is that still the plan to add some more details if and when needed to there?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll get together a list of the next thing that we're doing for y'all. That hasn't even had a final design and art pass yet, but it was like, get these stats, make sure these stats are working right, get that in, right, and we can build on it from there. So I'm very, very happy to get it to you, but it's just like the detailed stats view. This is only the beginning. We'll take your feedback and it will keep growing and improving as we go along.
Okay. What else have we got today to talk about then before we get into the questions?
We're also starting an on track nationwide for US next week. That's 25% discount. Off the XP and a discount on all of them. Various tiers. And then there's lots of quality of life fixes in the next update. I was hoping to have that list for you today, but just the backup from the power outage, and trying to even get ready for this, and approving bugs and trying to track down things and get fixes for Tuesday, just eating up all the time. So coming up, we are scheduling a quality of life stream where we'll just talk about those fixes and what the priorities going forward. Get that published in an article, a page, as a living kind of document, so you guys can track, what we're working on and what the priorities are. And again, I was hoping to have that for this week, but again, with the network outage, which everything's just really backed up.
Okay. All right. I'm going to keep an eye out for your questions in the chat. I've seen a bunch already, but if we've not answered it already, please feel free to tag me again, just because the chat goes so fast. Here's a question from Peppermint Shaw. Do we have any word on... oh, it just disappeared already. Any word on improved systems for moving commanders from tank to tank? I did see, and I do remember us talking about commander filters and stuff like that. That might be a way of helping that. Am I right?
Well, that should have been a screenshot that I grabbed. I apologize. Yes, there's a new commander menu with filters and a better way to assign your commanders to a tank. Everything's not crammed into one screen. Actually, different options. So skills is just skills. Assigning to a tank is just assigning to a tank. So give your feedback on that. I think it's a vast improvement over what we have right now.
Okay. Captain Madness asks, Italian heavies, question mark.
Yes, we've been playing them in our daily playtests, and we're tuning and balancing them. I think we just had them, or no, I think this weekend they're in super test. So we'll be getting feedback on them, but yeah, they're third-ish week in July, I believe.
Yeah, I've not seen them yet on my builds, so I'm looking forward to getting my hands on them. Okay. Vishar asks, do we have any updates on potentially readjusting how RNG works in World War II? I believe we spoke about it a few weeks ago, and it's something that I will pass some extra feedback on to you regarding. But do we have anything else that we're able to talk about with regards to that?
I know there's the ticket. I don't know where it's landed at this point. I went through my tickets this morning, so I don't think it's on me. But we'll track it. Yeah, it's tracking and being discussed. I don't know where it's at this exact moment.
You don't. I know a bunch of players would be interested in hearing that. So yeah, like I answered on Reddit, it is something that we're aware of, that you guys have said to us and to me. So conversations are being had. All right. Nemesis Jan asks, will there be a new old UI? I think he means HUD for World War II.
That's in a wish list, but it's just not very high on the priorities right now with all the other fixes and stuff going on. So yeah, we've seen the request. I think it's a neat idea. It's a huge undertaking, and like I said, it's in the wish list. It's just not high on the list yet.
Lone Wolf 750 asks, do we have any news on any balance changes to World War II mode?
It's a very heavy discussion, and the our analysts are helping us out with new tools to be able to look at tanks in different ways, rather than just win rate, because win rate is indicative and especially when you can separate by cohorts, advanced players, casual players, new players, but to win takes a team of 15. So analysts have been working on all kinds of really cool tools to help us evaluate. We targeted the first tanks that we want to balance. We have a meeting, I think it's Tuesday, to go over the latest set of tools and talk about actually using those on the tanks that we've selected, and go from there. So we're in progress.
Goliath Games TV asks if you could give him the finger of death.
Oh, those? I am on my laptop today.
That's the one.
Saw a question about the PS4 overheating problems. Yes, we've heard you. that is coming out on Tuesday. We even had QA go into the office and try a variety of different PS4 models, slim, fats, pros, everything. And we think we have it fixed. Fingers crossed. So let us know on Tuesday.
I'm sorry, just our team are hilarious, just cracking me off in the background. I just saw a question. I'm really sorry I didn't see who asked it. I think it was possibly Great Graham. Asked, do we have any extra details and any? I know we briefly mentioned it last week. Some other tech tree lines that are perhaps coming to Cold War mode.
Oh yeah, light tanks are coming next.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe exactly 1 week after Italian heavies.
Very cool.
I think.
Very cool.
I have my calendar in front of me, but that's what my brain tells me.
Isa King Salami asks about the season pass. I believe you'll have to wait until I think Monday or Tuesday to find out that information.
But yeah, I thought they published the article today. My bad.
There is an article out today, but I don't know if it covers the season pass. One way of double checking is just go on the website right now. I'll post it in the chat for you guys. Just have a check on the news page. That's where you'll find out your season information. I'll post it now for you.
I got one. How come you're adding multi-base assault into pubs without asking the community? Pubs, you mean into random battles?
Random battles, yeah.
That was a question put to the community, and after we put multi-base assault in all of the custom games maps and got feedback on the spawns and the bases and everything like that, and we did a poll asking if they'd like to see it in random battles, and we got yes. So I'm confused by that question.
Yeah, so I was off on Monday and Tuesday, and I came back to 3 messages in total saying no to NBA and random battles. So it was only 3 messages that I got about it. But after they do go live, pass your feedback on to me if you like them in random battles, or if you don't like them, pass it on to me. Let me know.
That's a really easy thing to change, and also we control the percentage of how often it'll show up.
Mm-hmm.
So we can start with a smaller percentage.
Yeah.
You give people some time to, well, the drawback, if you have it show up less often, then you have less time with it to get used to it, to understand it and form an opinion on it. So I'll talk and I'll find out what the percentage we're starting with, and maybe we'll lower that until we get more feedback from the community. But yeah, I thought that was very much desired, so that's why we did it.
Yeah, I think that from what I can see at this point in time, anyways, that most people would like to give it a try. So let's give it a try. As Noodle10 says in the chat, I think NBA in pubs will be fun. So yeah, random battles, it gives it a little bit more random variety as to what you're going to be doing in that battle. So expect to see some multi-base assault coming really soon.
Yeah, we had large scale playtest yesterday, and we had a couple really fun multi-base assault matches on Westfield. But to the point that we went, okay, one of the bases is unbalanced because the other team can get there first. So we ended up moving it and adjusting it. But they were very, very fun battles.
Excellent. Seen a question from Exalian asking about the Bisante. When will we be seeing the Bisante? Is that kind of on the horizon, or is it a little bit further away?
Well, I'm not supposed to announce release dates. You know that, Paul.
I'm sorry, the players are cheeky today.
All right.
It's never me.
I have a little bookmark button for that, believe it or not.
while you're looking for that, I just mentioned
a little over 2 weeks away. I will say that.
I think they'll appreciate that. I noticed a question as well. Thank you, Modern Carlo, for pulling some extra questions for me. I really appreciate it. Prime Gaming Tank Killer said, heard a rumor that they're adding extreme weather variants back. Is this true? I do remember speaking to Brendan and hearing Brendan talk about this, and I believe the answer is that just adding and revamping the maps is the bigger priority at the moment, rather than adding weather variants. Is that a correct statement, PAINGOD?
Correct. Also, because when we made the weather variants, it's another version of the map, right? And there's some overhead and disk space involved in that. And what our tech art and environment art teams really want is be able to have one map where we can bring in weather, have the weather be variable, hard rain, then sun comes out, etc. And so they need a special type of blend feature for the effects for the lighting for the sky dome, so that all looks right while it happens. So while the environment artists are working on updating maps, the technical artist and graphic engineer is working on getting this advanced blend mode, so that we can just add weather to the maps, and then we can put on like random timers, and even have the weather change while you're playing.
Okay, thank you. All right. Seeing a couple of questions from Garfield asking about the Era 3 premium tanks. Not too sure exactly what you mean by that question. If you want to like PM me that, I can see if I can figure that one out for you. All right. We've got sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, just if anybody wonders what the droning buzz is, my laptop fan is dying. Sorry.
Is it warm by you at the moment? Because it's been raining quite a lot by me today.
It's warm and very, very humid here, but I've also been in a lot of video meetings today with the door closed, so this room gets hot when that happens.
Yeah. All right. And we got a couple of folks asking, do we have any news on ranked battles at this time?
No, I don't.
Alrighty. What else we got here? Lady Obscura fired a message to me. Can we ask PAINGOD about new maps, not revamped old maps coming out? It means new maps. Also, if we could get field upgrades to tanks like PCs are working on in Sandbox. I'm not familiar with what field upgrades are. I moved from PC to console over a year ago now, so I'm not up to date with what PC are doing at the moment.
Okay, so maps. I kind of put a halt to new map development for the meantime, in favor of bringing back maps. That's what we heard from the community very, very loudly. So that's what we've been focused on. I think we'll continue that effort for the rest of this year, and look to releasing brand new maps next year. That could change, of course, but that's roughly the plan right now. Now, that doesn't mean that Brendan's not playing with height fields to make new maps for designers to play on, to get feedback, so, and to work out ideas. That's going on as a normal course of development. But for the rest of this year, our commitment is returning classic World Tanks maps to the game.
Excellent.
And then the field, what they're testing in the PC sandbox right now, we've had a very, very healthy discussion amongst design right now, and some in engineering, about about that feature and what it can mean to our game. So just early discussions, but they started this week.
Excellent. I didn't know about that. Very cool. All right. Vishar asks, is it safe to assume that we'll get at least a couple of revamped maps with every new season?
With every new release?
Mm-hmm.
there are, you know, season, like mid-release seasons. And we were actually going to hold back a map or two for that. For the, I think August is our mid-season, where it switches over. But you know, you guys have been asking for maps. We've been promising maps. I'm like, don't delay it and hold it off. Let's just go ahead and release it. So, you know, the next, it's safe to say with every release, you will get revamped maps. Every major release.
All right, I've just got a couple more here. Time has flown by. It's already 20 to 3. It's crazy. But yeah, I've got one from Ice Stole Pulsar. When are Mercs returning? I know that we have the needle up at the moment. I think they mean contracts.
The contracts themselves. I know that is in UI design right now. So that's pretty up on the list, up pretty high on the list. So once that design's complete, but you know, all the disciplines get together and we have a kickoff meeting and everybody asks their questions and comments and stuff, and then the design gets revised a little bit and then implementation begins. So that is definitely in the works.
Excellent stuff. All right, got to pull one last question. I'm going to choose this question. Is PAINGOD able to tell us how long it takes to revamp an old map to new?
It depends on the size of the map and the density of the map. So maps with more buildings and objects take much longer to get the big textures for all of them, and then larger maps actually take longer. So it can take up to 8 to 12 weeks, and that's for the environment artist. Some of that is also dependent on the object modelers doing a bunch of work and delivering to the environment artist, so he can do all the updates and the lighting and everything like that. So it's somewhere between 8 and 12 weeks for the most part. But if you take a very, very heavy city map, that's probably more like 16.
Excellent. All right. I know there's still a few more questions, but we've been here for our allotted time today.
I got one left.
All righty, let's do it.
Send over to me. Are there any improvements in the tech tree readability navigation in Tuesday's update? Yes, but minor. For our next release, one of the core pillars of our next big release is quality of life, and at the top of those quality of life fixes is the tech tree. But there is some improvement in the look and the readability, but I don't want to oversell it. It's more of color, shape, size, font type thing. Being able to see the difference between a research tank and a purchase tank and a locked tank. But this is the very first steps of it, with it being a high priority for the next big release.
Excellent stuff. All right. So I'm going to spend some time straight after this getting this all typed up, posted onto the forums for you guys if you weren't able to join from the start. We will be back on Monday previewing what's going into the update on Tuesday. Should just be I think a regular stream for Monday. But yeah, we'll find out some interesting details about what's going into this new season, hopefully. And then we'll be back again next Friday for what will be my last community update stream for a week. I'm going riding horses in the middle of nowhere, so I'm not going to be here to do a stream, so I'll miss you guys after that. But I won't say my bye-byes yet because I've got another week of work yet. But before then, thank you very much, Tankzars, and thank you, PAINGOD, for coming along today.
Thank you for having me. Did anybody guess? I've tried very hard not to move the whole time.
I wasn't looking, actually. I didn't see if anybody guessed the tank behind you.
They're waiting for me to move so that they can guess.
I think so. What's the tank? M37. M37 are super shaffy, they say.
I guess someone just won themselves a tank.
I don't know.
And if you ask me if you saw, it's kind of decked out for our upcoming holidays, so that might give you a clue.
My birthday. How kind of you. All right, guys. We'll see you on Monday. As always, if you guys want to ask me any additional questions, you can hit me up on Discord. This is how you join Discord. You can also hit me up on the forums as well. All right, guys. I'll see you on Monday. Have a lovely weekend.
Bye, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.